My modern and unstoppable seniors, I want you to imagine something with me for a moment. You're enjoying your usual morning coffee or tea, the sun peeks through the window, and everything feels, well, normal. But what if I told you that your body could be whispering something serious, something life-threatening, even in that moment of peace? Before we dive in, drop your age in the comments. It's always a joy to see the wonderful range of wisdom in our community. And remember, your comment helps us create even better videos just for you. Let's celebrate every year together. Today, we're talking about something that could save your life. The 6 subtle warning signs your body might be giving you a full month before a stroke. And here's the catch. Most people miss all of them. I know it's scary to think about. But what's even scarier? Ignoring the signs. Strokes are one of the leading causes of disability and death worldwide. According to the World Health Organization, every year, 15 million people suffer a stroke, and nearly 6 million die. The risk gets higher as we age. But here's the good news. You don't have to be caught off guard. Not if you know what to look out for. Here at Wellness for Modern Seniors, we believe that aging is not about slowing down. It's about getting wiser, more proactive, and even more unstoppable. And knowledge? That's your power move. Let's start with something that might seem small at first but is actually a major red flag. Have you ever suddenly felt weakness or numbness on one side of your body? Maybe in your arm, leg, or even your face? Like, one side just isn't cooperating the way it should? That's not just fatigue. That could be warning sign number 1. Sudden numbness or weakness, especially on one side of the body. It often starts subtly. One moment you're fine. The next, your hand can't grip the mug properly. You may feel a strange tingling like pins and needles, or notice your smile looks uneven in the mirror. These small imbalances could mean that blood flow to the brain is being blocked, a classic sign that a stroke could be on the horizon. And this isn't just a momentary glitch, it's your body trying to wave a giant red flag. If you're finding this tip helpful, give it a thumbs up. It helps me know what content you love and ensures I keep bringing you more valuable insights. Don't forget to share this with someone who might benefit. Enjoying this moment? Hit the like button. It's like giving us a virtual hug. Now let's talk about something that sneaks up on people far too often. And it's more common than you'd think. Have you ever opened your mouth to speak, and the words just wouldn't come out right? Or maybe someone said you sounded slurred or confused, like you were drunk even though you hadn't touched a sip. That's warning sign number 2. Trouble speaking or understanding speech. This one is often brushed off. Oh, I was just tired, or I got tongue-tied. But when this happens out of the blue, and especially if it happens more than once, it's time to take it seriously. It might feel like you know what you want to say, but the words don't come out right. Or maybe you suddenly have trouble following a simple conversation. Why does this happen? It's because the areas of the brain responsible for speech and comprehension may not be getting the oxygen they need. And trust me, your brain always knows when something's wrong. It just needs you to listen. I'd love to know, what challenges have you faced when trying to implement healthier habits? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's support each other in this journey. If you're enjoying these tips, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep this wellness conversation going. Leave a comment with your favorite tips so far. My modern and unstoppable seniors, I know that facing health challenges can feel overwhelming. But the beauty of this stage in life is that we know how to rise above. We've lived through enough to understand the value of paying attention to our bodies, of listening closely when something feels off. And remember, these signs aren't just random. They're warnings we can act on. The sooner we recognize the signs, the sooner we can respond. And when it comes to stroke, every second counts. Knowing these symptoms in advance could mean the difference between a full recovery and a permanent disability, or even saving a life. Are you feeling inspired to try these tips? Let me know in the comments, and let's motivate each other. Also, don't forget to share this video with anyone who could use some extra wellness encouragement. Now let's keep going, because your health deserves this attention. You've already learned how sudden dizziness and unusual fatigue can be subtle signals from your body. But there are more hidden signs that most people shrug off as something minor. And when it comes to stroke, every little clue matters. So, lean in, my modern and unstoppable seniors, because what we're talking about next could truly save a life, maybe even your own. Have you ever experienced blurred vision or felt like your eyesight was suddenly weaker in one or both eyes, but then brushed it off as just being tired? It's surprisingly common to think, oh, I just need a new pair of glasses, or maybe I didn't sleep well last night. But here's the thing, when this kind of vision trouble pops up out of nowhere, especially when it's accompanied by other strange sensations, it could be your brain trying to send a distress signal. You see, your eyes and brain are best friends. The optic nerves are like direct highways connecting them. So when a stroke is on the horizon and blood flow to the brain starts getting blocked or reduced, it's not unusual for vision to become distorted. That might look like double vision, blurry shapes, partial blindness in one eye, or even complete vision loss for a few seconds or minutes. And this isn't just about what you see. It's about how your brain processes what your eyes are telling it. If you're finding this tip helpful, give it a thumbs up. It helps me know what content you love and ensures I keep bringing you more valuable insights. Don't forget to share this with someone who might benefit. Now let's talk about something a little more surprising: changes in behavior or personality. Yes, this one might seem out of left field, but it's a real and often overlooked red flag. Maybe you or someone you know suddenly feels confused, forgetful, or more irritable than usual. Maybe they start saying things that don't make sense or have a hard time focusing on conversations. These aren't just senior moments. When these changes come on fast, especially within a few weeks or days, they could be early signs of mini-strokes or what's called transient ischemic attacks. Now, I'm not here to scare anyone, but knowledge is power. According to the American Stroke Association, TIAs, or mini-strokes, can occur weeks before a major stroke and often include personality changes or brief moments of confusion. They're like little warnings from the body, and recognizing them gives you a second chance to act. Many people mistake these moments for stress, aging, or even depression. But when they seem unusual or come out of nowhere, it's time to listen closely. I'd love to know, what challenges have you faced when trying to implement healthier habits? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's support each other in this journey. Another subtle yet powerful sign is numbness or tingling, especially if it creeps up on one side of the body. It could be in the face, arm, or leg, and it might feel like that pins and needles sensation when your foot falls asleep. But here's what makes this so tricky. Many of us chalk it up to poor posture, sleeping the wrong way, or nerve issues. And while that might be the case, don't dismiss it if it keeps happening or doesn't go away quickly. Sudden numbness or weakness, especially if it happens on one side, is one of the most common signs of an upcoming stroke. It's your body saying, hey, something isn't right. Now imagine this. You're drinking your morning tea and suddenly you can't feel your fingers holding the cup. Or maybe your leg feels like it's gone heavy or weak as you're walking. These aren't just clumsy moments. They're potential warning bells. If the numbness comes and goes or is accompanied by other symptoms, like vision changes or confusion, it's time to talk to a doctor. Fast. If you're enjoying these tips, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep this wellness conversation going. Leave a comment with your favorite tips so far. Here's something else many people don't realize. Trouble speaking or understanding language, even for a moment, can be a big deal. Let's say you're having a chat with your family, and suddenly you struggle to find the right words. or you're reading something and realize the words don't make sense. Maybe you hear someone talking to you, but the words sound jumbled or out of order. These aren't just slips of the tongue or hearing issues. Your brain could be struggling to translate information, and that's a red flag. Speech problems are often brushed aside as stress or fatigue, but they're also one of the key early signs of a stroke. Remember, a stroke affects the brain, and language is one of the first things it can interfere with. If your words suddenly slur or your sentences trail off, don't ignore it. This is especially true if it's combined with that facial droop we talked about earlier, or if someone else points it out to you. Often, others notice these changes before we do ourselves. Are you feeling inspired to try these tips? Let me know in the comments, and let's motivate each other. Also, don't forget to share this video with anyone who could use some extra wellness encouragement. Now I know that some of these signs might sound a bit scary, but remember this: my modern and unstoppable seniors, knowledge is your shield. The more aware you are, the better equipped you are to take control of your health. You don't have to panic. You just have to pay attention, stay informed, and act when something doesn't feel right. And you're not in this alone. We're in this together. Right here, on Wellness for Modern Seniors, we're building a community where knowledge turns into action. Let's keep that momentum going. All right, my modern and unstoppable seniors, we've already covered some of the most subtle but powerful early warning signs of a stroke. And now we're arriving at one of the most silent signs of all. The one that sneaks up, often without pain, and that's why it's so dangerous. Let's talk about frequent headaches, especially the kind that feel different from your usual ones. Now you might think, well, I've had headaches before. What's the big deal? But listen closely. If you're suddenly getting more headaches than usual, if they're sharper, more intense, or coming at odd times, don't just reach for painkillers and move on. These headaches can signal something called a hemorrhagic stroke, which happens when a blood vessel in the brain bursts. Sometimes these headaches start weeks before the actual stroke. They're not just stress-related or dehydration-based, they're a warning light on your body's dashboard. Some seniors describe it as the worst headache they've ever had, or a sudden pain that comes on like a thunderclap. Others say it's a dull ache that just won't go away, even after rest. And it's not just the pain. It might come with other signs too, like nausea, vision changes, or neck stiffness. So here's a quick tip. If you feel a headache that's not like your usual, don't ignore it, especially if it's new or paired with other symptoms we've talked about. It's your brain's way of telling you something's wrong. Now let's take a moment to be real. The truth is, many stroke warning signs are easy to miss because they feel ordinary. Fatigue? Everyone gets tired. A headache? Sure, happens all the time. Tingling in your arm? Maybe you slept wrong. But when these things are new, intense, or just don't feel right, that's your cue to take action. Here's what I always say. It's better to be cautious than regretful. Don't worry about bothering your doctor. They'd much rather check you out early than see you in an emergency room later. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, give yourself a little applause, because staying informed is how we stay powerful. You're doing this for your future self, for your family, for the people who love you. And let me leave you with this golden nugget. When it comes to stroke, time is everything. Every second counts, and catching these signs even a week or a month before could be the thing that saves your life. So let's do a quick recap to lock it in. Sudden fatigue or weakness, blurred vision or partial blindness, numbness or tingling, especially on one side, trouble speaking or understanding, intense or unusual headaches, changes in mood, personality, or confusion. If any of these happen, especially together, don't wait. Call your doctor or head to the emergency room. Trust yourself, trust your instincts, and trust that taking action is always the right move. And hey, if this video helped you feel more empowered about your health, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on that little bell so you never miss a new health tip. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to feel safe. And you deserve to know what your amazing body is trying to tell you. Until next time, stay sharp, stay healthy, and as always, you are modern, you are unstoppable, and you are never alone on this wellness journey.